Welcome into the First and 10 halftime show where we're here to update some of the scores going on around all the high school football in our area. I'm joined here with Emily Cochran, our sports director here at Fox 10. Emily, how's it going?
Going good, going good. It's getting, close to 9 o'clock. Things are starting to get crazy. Shot sheets are coming in, but we had a ton of fun out there at game day today at MGM at Baker. That was a ton of fun, but glad to be in the studio getting ready for First and 10.
Yep, and Emily is solo anchoring tonight, so she's got even double the workload. So we're going to try and get through this one here as quick as possible, but we just wanted to update everybody on some scores, so let's get right into them,
Let's get into it.
All right, first up, we got MGM Baker. You mentioned we were here for game day today, right?
Yes, we had a blast. The cheerleaders were out there, the band, the dance team, the color guard. I mean, it was just a ton of fun. One of the most electric atmospheres that I've been a part of so far this season. And we've, this is our 8th stop, where I can't believe we're in week 8. Every time I say week 8, I'm like, oh my goodness, the season is flying by. Had a ton of fun here today, but this game, there's a reason that it is such a big game. The score in this one right now, MGM's got that lead 21-7 at the half.
And we just got an update that this is actually 21-14 now. So Baker scored just before we came in here. We did not have time to update our slate, but this score is actually 21-14 now.
Yes, it's a lot closer than it was a second ago. Obviously, Josh Flowers has thrown 2 interceptions so far in this game. MGM, they've capitalized, but the Hornets, they are not going quietly. This is a close one.
Yep, that's exactly right. Next up, we had Daphne Fairhope. Now, this was the big rivalry game. Fairhope, rough season so far. Daphne kind of looking to stay in the mix there. As usual, this game is closer than a lot of people probably would have thought, and Daphne really needs this because they play MGM next week, right?
Yeah, a win tonight would be crucial. Going into playing the Vikings, I mean, obviously MGM is such a good team on offense and defense. Daphne's going to have their hands full, so they're going to need a win tonight to gain some momentum going into that one, but Fairhope, they're not going quietly. This score is close, 9-3 at the half. I mean, I thought that Daphne would have some more points on the board by now. I am a little surprised by this one. But like we've said in the past, rivalry games always get a little spicy. You never know what's really going to happen because these kids, they've grown up not far from one another. They've been playing against each other from the time they were little to now. So there's some hate.
Yeah.
There's some hate
absolutely.
there. So it's an interesting game.
Yep, no doubt. Next up, we had BC Rain and UMS Wright. This game 25-21, and I think Amari Yelding's having a big game in this one, right?
Yep, he's got 227 yards, 4 touchdowns so far. BC Rain was down 21-6 at one point. They've come back to take that lead over UMS, 25-21 right here at the half. Both of these schools 4-2, but tonight someone's going to come out with that win and keep on rolling after this. I think this is going to be an interesting one. Keep an eye out for this one. Keep an eye out for the highlights on First and 10.
Yeah, this one looks like that this could come down to the wire for sure. Next up, we had Baldwin County Saraland. Saraland rolling. We know Ryan Williams. He's already picked up a couple touchdowns in this game. Once again, they just continue to be the team to beat. I'm not sure there's a ton to say about this one right here.
I mean, they've been rolling right through 6A, no problems about it. I mean, 7-0, it's 49-0 right now. I mean, when you have a stacked offense like that, it's really hard for other teams to kind of compete with the level of play that you're at. This one, I feel bad for other teams that have to play Saraland. They're the reigning 6A state champions for a reason. KJ Lacey, Ryan Williams, Sante McWilliams, Dylan Alfred. They've also got some sophomores that have stepped up and are really starting to put up some stats as well. I mean, they're really stacked on offense, really stacked on defense as well. I mean, they're just good on both sides of the ball, just an absolute powerhouse. I would be scared to play Saraland.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. Next up, we had Jackson, undefeated, really taking care of business against a good Satsuma team. I mean, Jackson looks like they've been on a roll this year, have not given up more than 7 points so far in a game this season, and so far that's holding true.
Yeah, and E.J. Crowell has 5 touchdowns tonight so far. This kid is an absolute stud. He's got an offer from Oregon. I mean, the score kind of speaks for itself. I mean, 5 touchdowns from one kid in the night. It might be a Player of the Week candidate.
Hey, there we go.
You never know. Got to keep an eye out on how his stats will finish at the end of the night. But that's an interesting one. Got to keep an eye on him.
No doubt. And then we've got Viger really taking care of business against LaFleur, 32-0. LaFleur, I don't think's really had the year that they have wanted so far this year. Viger still kind of in the mix there, obviously sitting there at 4-2.
Yeah, LaFleur hasn't won a game since they opened their season when we were out there for game day.
Yep.
I'm sure they're missing us. Maybe we brought some good luck, but they've struggled this season. I mean, 1-5. don't have any points on the board yet. Viger, you know, they did just have to forfeit a game to UMS because of an ineligible player.
Yep.
So that's kind of changed, you know, what people's stats and whatnot are looking like. So Viger's got to keep rolling. They're going to have to make up some ground.
Absolutely. And then we've got Mobile Christian, who has also been on a roll this year, up 21-0 on a winless Cottage Hill. Honestly, a little surprised it's only 21 considering how Mobile Christian's been all year.
Yeah, Mobile Christian has really been rolling through 3A. They seem to not be missing Sterling Dixon at all. I know that was a concern going into the season. Losing him at linebacker, him transferring to Spanish Fort. What was Mobile Christian going to look like without him?
Right.
They seem to be just fine.
Yeah.
There seems to be no issues there. I mean, it's only 21-0 at the half, but I could see some more points going up in the second half. We're going to have to keep an eye out for that final score later on tonight.
Yep, no doubt. And then last game we had St. Paul's taking care of business against Robertsdale. Robertsdale obviously going through a little bit of turmoil right now, right? Losing their coach earlier this week.
Their coach did just step down. I know he's going to stay on as the athletic director, and he will help be a part of that team that's going to be looking for a new head coach. I know Robertsdale, they're just really looking to have someone that can come in and just turn that program around. Obviously tonight, still a struggle. They're 0-6. You know, St. Paul's is 4-2. It's 40-0. And I don't see St. Paul's letting up.
Yeah, no, it's that's kind of been the story of the year so far, you know, for kind of both teams. St. Paul's been on a roll. Robertsdale, you know, hadn't really found their footing yet. But
yeah.
Well, that does it for our halftime update. We obviously have much more scores coming for you all at 10 o'clock with Emily hosting First and 10. We'll have all the finals and even more games, plus all the highlights from all these games. And once again, make sure you subscribe to our app so that you can see all this bonus content that we do, our halftime stuff. Dacian Smith does a Game of the Week preview, and we have a midweek preview show that we do on Wednesday. So
coming up.
Yeah, make sure you get all of our push alerts, subscribe for that, and yeah, I think you got anything else for them? Or?
Nope, just fixing to go finish getting ready. We got about an hour left till we got First and 10 at 10. Our awesome team of photographers already starting to send in shot sheets and highlights. I mean, it's getting to the witching hour.
Yep, that's right. That's
it's fixing to get interesting around here.
All right, well, for Emily Cochran, I'm Robert Restano, and we will see you all at 10.
See you then.